Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel. Great to be back on another map making video, guys. Today's video is all about water planes, and we're going to have a look at water planes, what they are, how to make them, and yeah, how to get cracking with them. So yes, here we go guys. Get relaxing, grab your favorite drink, sit back, and let's have a look at water planes and how it works and what it is, and yes, get stuck in. Great stuff, man. Guys, if this is your first time, a warm welcome to you. Hit that subscribe. I always start my videos like this because I want you to remember to hit that subscribe button. Because it's important for to help my channel grow. Thanks so much, guys, and also hit the like and also do share. It does help my channel. I really appreciate that. Great, man, guys. Water planes. So a water plane is everything it says. It's just a plane that resembles water. Now, what is a plane? If you go here to create and go to primitive and select plane, you will see at the bottom of your scene graph it will drop a plane there. Now, a plane is a film, or a how can I call it? It's what it is. It's a plane, a film of an area. Now we can define that area by giving it size. At the moment it's 111, so scale is 111 on that. So if we scale this to the size of the map, we're going to go 2048 on the X and 2048 on the Y, and then we have our map. So the plane is the same thing that your terrain is made of. That's also a plane, which is a film of or a layer of textures, and we manipulate the layer of terrain to give it texture with different textures on it. So that is basically what a plane is, guys. So here we have a plane now, and if I now grab this plane and I bring it up, you'll see it is a big square the size of the map that we've just created. So there it is. That's a normal plane, and it is at the moment visible. If I make it invisible, it's invisible. Alright, so let's give it visibility for now, just to make sure we can see it. Okay, so now let's look at water now. Now water, the water planes transform group is just a transform group with a name. You can name it anything, but we want to name it water planes because that's where we stack all our water planes in. Alright, so you'll create yourself a water planes transform. It's just a transform with 0 on everything, so that you can store all your water planes in there. So I'm going to take this plane and I'm going to drop it in there. So cut it and then drop it in our planes. Boy, oh boy, this editor is slow. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It is terribly slow. Oh, wait. All right, here we go. So now we have our plane there, and let's have a look at the different planes that's in this map. For instance, I'm just going to make this thing invisible for now, and we can come back to it later. So this map has got a river, which has a plane that's been specially built, and to do this, it's a massive job, but I'm going to show you a much easier way to make planes. You can go and edit this in Blender and export your plane, or paste the plane into Blender and edit it and go crazy there and import it back, but that's too much work for me. I'll just keep things simple, that's the easiest. If you don't have a plane there, just open the normal standard in-game map, import them, export the water planes from that map, the transform, and then import it into yours directly. Export it into your map in a folder, and then import it from that folder out of your map, and just have it in your game ready like this, because we're going to need some attributes and things to make it easier. Then you don't worry about spelling and all that nonsense, because if you spell one little thing wrong, then your plane doesn't work as water, that type of stuff. So let's get cracking. Alright, so the river now, for instance, you have normal water planes, like this is the River East. It's the one that's off the screen, so you can't see it. It's actually on the outside of the map. And then you have the lake, which has also been built. Now these planes has a script that's running. So in other words, What makes this thing water is an actual script that Giants has written, and the script is called environment on create water. Environment.onCreateWater. That's the script that's running that makes this plane seem like water, or makes it look like water and act like water. All right. There's not really much movement on these things. I think if the wind blows, maybe there'll be a bit of movement. I'm not too sure. But as far as I know, it's just a plane that looks like water. That's basically what it is. All right. And then you have your main water plane. Now, your main water plane will always be the plane that is the one that is the lowest. Don't make it your highest, because if you have a small plane up here in a creek somewhere, and you make that your main water, you're going to have a problem. Everything in your map is going to flood, because though you set this thing as main water and you have it set here to have only this borders, it actually runs over the entire map area. So be careful with your main water plane. All right. So I'm going to show you now how to put these attributes in there into your plane. So we've created this plane that was invisible, and you want to create a first script that's called is main water is the first script. So we're going to quickly create that one, add it to our plane here at the bottom. Now, before we do the add attributes to this new plane of ours, I just want to also quickly talk about materials. I forgot to talk about materials. Now, what makes this water is actually just materials. So there's a material called water, which this script applies. And then if you look now at your materials screen, if you go to window and go to material editing, you'll get this screen, material editing. If you select a plane, you'll see every plane has got material called water material, and the normal map for that is, if you want to select it, is in your, if you just hold your mouse on that, it will show you where it is. It's in data, maps, textures, shared, and then water normal. Now, the water normal .png is your bump map. In other words, it's your map that gives the texture to the little water bumps. Look there at the sun, is that little dents and stuff to it. That is a bump map. You call it a bump map, and that's a normal map. So that's what gives the thing that little bumpy look, is the normal map. All right. So the water material and the normal map, that's all that it is to water. Every one of these has them. And then there's obviously the plane mirror. Now, the mirror, I could never ever figure out what the mirror does and why it is there, but the only distinction between the mirror is the plane itself. If you look at its structure, how it's structured, it's got a rigid body. So what you'll do is, on the plane, you'll select rigid body, and it's a static body type, and then it's got collision. So that needs to be marked on your actual water plane. So once that is done, the rest, there's the shapes file where you can select a few things there, but by all means, just leave it by default and you'll be A for okay. And then at the visuals conditions, everything there, just leave it as normal. There won't be any problems. Right. So now let's start making our water plane. So here it is. That's the plane we've created that is invisible. I'm going to make it visible again, so you can have a look at it. Right, so the next thing you want to do is to add the two scripts to your plane. And obviously what we're going to do is going to go to, where's my terrain? Here we go. So what you need to do is you need to have a is main water, a Boolean type attribute, as well as a onCreate script with that name that Giants is running for you to make the water. Okay, so first things first, let's first do the is main Boolean selectable, what do you call it, option or attribute. So what you're going to type in here is just is, sorry, you can't do it there. You need to go to your plane, sorry. Here we go. So select your plane, type is main water, like that, with a capital M and a capital W. You select the Boolean and you click add, and you will have it a selectable attribute towards your plane. So now you can switch this plane to be the main water plane or not, just by ticking that tick there. Alright, so there we've added the attribute now to that plane. And the next thing you want to do is you want to sit on create to run a script. So we're going to select a script callback. So on create script callback is the next one, and there it is. And now we need to tell it what script to run. So we go into Waterplanes River and we just copy. That's why I said it's better to have one there, so you can just copy. Control C, copy it, select your plane and drop the script in there, the name of the script. Just for the guys that doesn't want to do the copy thing, it's environment, like that. You can pause the video, dot on create with a capital C, water. So it's creating water for you onto this plane. Alright. And now this is how far giants can bring you, guys. Oh, there's another thing I forgot to mention. We talked about the bump map. If you open at the material editing, you open the custom shader window. You can also add a shader for it there by selecting replace and add a new shader. And you click in here and you go into Farming Simulator 22 data shaders and you select the ocean shader there. Ocean shader, ocean shader, there it is. Double click on it, and then what you can do now is you can verify your settings here for the ocean shader. There's a lot of stuff. Bump speed scale, that's the bumpies, and then underwater fog is the color of the water underwater, in other words how milky it is, and then wind scale and depth scale, there it's just two numbers you can do there, and you can verify those with one of the main water planes and just check that yours are the same, or you can fiddle around with it to make it look better or whatever. So that's how you add a shader to it. Now to tell you what, guys, this is how far giants can bring you in their own stupid editor, and that is what you can do. You cannot complete the water plane because you cannot select material in the editor. So now what you need to do, if you want to go further than this, you need to take this little water plane of yours, go file, and then you're going to go export with files, and you're going to select there i3D. You create an i3D, create a folder for yourself, create an i3D, go save, and you say no to both those questions that it asks. If you want to get directory links and all that stuff, you say no, and it will take everything off this plane, even the textures and everything. It will take it over into that folder, and then you're going to open that plane. You're going to import that in Blender and select a material in there called water. In Blender there's water material, and you're going to apply that material to the plane, and then you're going to export from Blender with the Giants export add-on, which I've never got that to work. I actually got it once to work, and since then with the new Blender that I've got, it doesn't work anymore, and Giants is so slack and so slow, it's so useless working with these guys. So yeah, it is a big mission, guys. So then at the end of the day, you can then import your plane back in. Well, then you've exported the i3D again once you've added the material, and then you can bring it into the game. So it's a big schlep, but I'm going to save your life now. Save you all the headaches and frustration. I'm going to show you how easy and simple it is. Go on to my website. My website, if you go onto my channel, you will find my channel, and you can open any video of mine. Yeah, I've just posted the new video, Fat Man's Flatland, a review. And then on the video description, I don't know why YouTube makes this so difficult to find. My word, there's the little show more, and I don't even know why they want to show more there. You click there and you'll find my website there. Click on it, open my website. Just make sure that you create yourself a membership here by the membership. Go to my downloads. Here's all my maps that I've made with links and everything. Download the Garib one for FS22, this one here. Just click on it, it will create you a link here. Click on download, and then this download, you have to register at Nexus. Just create yourself a profile. I just want your email address, so make yourself a profile here, because you're going to definitely want some more of my maps. And I actually try to only use Nexus because they are awesome company. You won't find any nonsense with them. There's no viruses, no stupid stuff happening. So just go there, download my map. You click here on manual download, and there you go. Once you've got the map, slow download. Don't worry about it. It's not that slow. It's 2 meg. It takes half an hour or so, and you've got the map in your computer. Under downloads, you should find your map. All right, or my map. So what you do now then, once you've downloaded my map, you just open it up. Go into the folder or unzip it. You can unzip it, but you can just open it up in your zip program. And then there it is, Garib. I just want to get to it. Here we go. So that's the directory of Garib. You go maps, map Alpine, import it. Right at the bottom, there's water for you. And then you just take all these little files. If you've opened the zip, obviously you can't import from here. So then you unzip the map. So this is the files that you want to import. So all you do in your editor then is go here. I'm going to delete this plane now because we're done with it. It's a useless exercise, but I wanted to show you how to create or how the planes work, the water planes, and what they are. There's a lot of useful information and things in there. All right, so go File, Import, into the Garib folder. I've got some beautiful water there. That's why I'm suggesting to you to go to my Garib map. It's got beautiful water in it. So there we go, Garib maps, map Alpine, import it, and then water. Just go to water, double click on the water planes, and everything you want is in there. This water plane I've built a few years back. It is beautiful. If you look at it, it's a 4 times. Well, it doesn't really matter how big it is because you can manipulate it. First things you want to do is get rid of the waterfill triggers. You're not going to use that in your map. But there's the water plane. So I just want to select it. There we go. Let's go to a spot where you can view it closely. Can actually just unselect it, then you can see what it looks like. It's a beautiful water, beautiful looking. It's full of bumps and stuff, so it looks nice. So grab that water. It's free. You can modify it the way you want, but it's here already set up for you, and you can work from this one. Make it smaller, make it bigger. So all you do then on your water plane main, this one here, you can go into the scale and just scale it down as much as you want. 0.01, just to 0.01. Make it smaller, make it bigger. 0.1, let's just see how big that is. 0.1. So you can scale this plane for yourself. Use it in your map. Make it yours and enjoy that plane. So yeah, there it is, guys. And then obviously you can duplicate this, and like I said, you can now select, do you want this the main water or not? What I normally do, guys, I build my maps so that I can have water. I just want to bring this up to where the water comes out of the thing. So there it is. That's the valley. And now you can already see this stupid editor of giants has already gone bonkers on me again. My little draggers here on the sides, there's little squares, and the circles, they're gone. So what I need to do now on my map is I have to save the map, close it and reopen it, and then ploop, by magic they are back. So yeah, there's so much bugs in this editor, and when you work with fields and all kinds of things, the thing crashes here and there. So be careful before you start working with fancy things. Just save your map, and you will save yourself a lot of headaches. Alright, so here we go. Mods, test map, maps, Alpine. Let's just open it up again so I can just finish this video at least. Right, so here we are back in the map. I just want to bring this material editor down here to the bottom and drop it here. No, it didn't want to go. So let's take the scene graph up. There you go. Alright, and then open here, and you'll see now here is the waterplane main, and it has got already have maps Alpine imported water placeables. It's got the ocean shader there for that is, I can actually select the ocean shader from Giants on this one. So it's FS22 data, then shaders, and then ocean shader, because that shader that I've got there, I think is might be the same one. I can't remember if I updated it. Why am I struggling to find it? It's under there, and there it is. Good. So now we can go closer and just have a look at the water material. Let's just bring it up a bit so we can view it. Yeah, it's beautiful. It still looks the same. And then obviously you can fiddle around with the custom shader and choose your own colors for the underwater. And why did it not put it in there now? Shed editing mode. I haven't selected it, that's why. There it is. So yeah, you can play around with the colors for underwater. I see mine is off from the in-game one. So yeah, fiddle around with that, make it yours and enjoy, guys. That's what I wanted to just add to it. So yeah, you can now obviously take this boy and then make it the size of your map. I'm just going to zoom out. Yeah, that is way too big. I think it was 1. So that was for a 4 times map. So 0.5 will be a 2 times map. So it's 0.5, like so. There's a 2 times map size. And then what I do, that's what I actually wanted to show you, is I put this waterplane under my map, and then I'm going to just pull it up. Because remember, water in the game doesn't flow in a direction, or it doesn't have up and down. So then you bring it up to where you want the level to be, and there it is. Obviously now mine is now on top of the other one. So if I go into gameplay map Waterplanes, I just delete the in-game one. There you go. Then I'll have mine flowing over the map, which also looks very beautiful, I must say. It really looks very nice. In 10:1 I prefer mine. So there it is, guys, and now you've got the whole map full of nice beautiful water all over. And it also gives you remember, your river, you can't have an angle on water in this map unless you take and do a custom build in Blender, you know, for your waterplane. Yeah, then you can do it, because what you do is you export your map. Which file is it now? I think it's the dem file into Blender, and then you'll have the map layout, and then you'll plot yourself a thing here and create. It's a big story, guys. It's a waste of time if you ask me. There it is, a beautiful waterplane. It is workable water. If you look at this water now, if you select the main water, means that you can bring a cart in here, draw from this water, because it will be water that you can suck up with vehicles. It's usable water. But if you take the east main away, I think maybe I'm talking nonsense now, I can't remember, but I think there was a thing like that, if you take the main water away, then it won't be usable water. But yeah, just check it out yourself. I might be talking trash now. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy, and hope it was useful. And do take that tip, just copy that, import that water from my map, and you will be for away and happy running water, good water that looks good, which you can modify a bit if you want. Okay, great, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.